Hey Edson, it's Mayor Zahara here on April the 8th with a COVID-19 update. As you can tell, I am in beautiful Centennial Park. It is such a beautiful afternoon here in Edson. Unfortunately, still lots of snow on the ground, which is a bit ridiculous for this time of the year. But the sun is shining and we want people to get outdoors as much as possible, but maintain that 6-foot distance from one another. Or if you're feeling sick, make sure you stay home. Also, make sure no gatherings of 10 people, more than 10 people in town of Edson parks and trail systems. We are going to be monitoring that closely because we have to protect the health and safety of all of our residents, but we also want to ensure people have the opportunity to get outdoors, stimulate their mental health, get some physical activity. I know the kids are going stir crazy not being in school, so we really want people to enjoy these spaces as much as possible, but please adhere to the rules. Otherwise, we will have to put the hammer down and close up these spaces. It's something that we don't want to have to do. We also don't want to have to write those $1,000 tickets. Getting a $1,000 ticket right now, not really cool. I wouldn't want to get a $1,000 ticket. So just follow the rules, please. And we can continue to have these spaces open. Town of Edson staff will be monitoring this closely over the next number of weeks. Now, Town Council made a number of decisions last night at our council meeting. First, and some of these have been talked about before, utility deferrals. Utility deferrals are now approved, which means for the months of March, April, May, and June, you don't have to pay your utility bills. You can defer those and it will be penalty free and you won't be disconnected. However, after that point in time, we do ask that you catch up on your outstanding balances. You'll have until the end of the year to do that. There will be no penalties assigned to those outstanding balances. Now, if you still can afford to pay your bills, please do so. We really need those funds for cash flow purposes in order to continue maintaining town services. And it also ensures that you don't get too far behind. I'm a little concerned that people are going to think this is they're going to get free bills. That's not the case. You still have to pay your bills. So just make sure that you're only utilizing that program if you absolutely have to. Also, tax notices are still going to go out on their regular schedule. However, you're going to have until September 30th to pay for them without any penalties being applied. So that's also some good news. We are working to reduce the tax burden within the town of Edson. We also approved moving all staff, union and employees and management to a 0.9 schedule, meaning every second Friday they're going to get off, and that's going to reduce our salary costs by $540,000. That savings is going to be passed on to Town of Edson taxpayers. It was a hard decision to make because this is impacting the people that provide important services to our community, and I know that some staff have been very gracious about it, and I know that there's some concerns as well, but we're going to do everything we can to protect jobs overall within our organization, and we really appreciate the staff and the union's cooperation as we deal with this pandemic. Unfortunately, as mentioned before, we have had to lay off about 18 staff, mostly part-time, at the Leisure Center. We're hoping these measures will ensure we're in a good position to resume full operations in the future. With these changes, there is going to be some service level reductions in our community, and we'll have more to say about that after we go through our budget process, which is going to be next week. We're doing a complete review, looking at ways that we can reduce the burden on taxpayers, particularly our business sector, which has been so hard hit. If we can help them out, get people back to work and these businesses opened, then people will have money to spend, and it'll be good for the community as a whole. The other thing council decided to do last night in support of our medical staff at the medical clinic, council decided to reduce the rent at the medical center by 50% for the next 3 months. Doctors have also been hit by this COVID-19 outbreak. There's a lot less visits because of social distancing guidelines and that sort of thing. Revenues have been impacted. So Town of Edson has stepped up to the plate and reduced the rent for doctors at the medical clinic as well. Really important that we have these professionals in our community. The whole purpose of purchasing that clinic was to attract and keep doctors in our community, so council felt it was necessary at this time to do so. It will be reviewed once again in 3 months, depending on the circumstances at the time. That's my COVID-19 update for today. Edson, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we're going to get through this together. Have a great day.